And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Season 8 of the Oreo Truck Series, winding down towards when we're going to find out our Season 8 Oreo Truck Series champion. We continue on with our 7th race of the Chase of the Championship here at Texas Motor Speedway. This has always been a big factor into who wins the championship year after year, even though it's just a simple 1.5-mile speedway track. But we're going to see what's going to happen here today at this track and who's going to come out on top. We got a pretty close points battle coming into this race as far as the chase is concerned, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But let's analyze first our front row, at least our front two rows here, as it's going to be Matthew Dallio, our winner, back from Darlington. He starts on the pole position, looking for his second win of the season here in his rookie season in the trucks. And keep in mind, too, he's just fresh off a victory last week at Indianapolis in the Mobile One Cup Series. So it's been quite an interesting second half of the season for this young driver, as he'll try and see if he can get that Xbox number 10 Ford F-Series to victory lane for the second time this season. Alongside of him, Bob Fergus. Now, Fergus comes into this race running 40th in the point standings. He's been having such a tough season. The only race that really we ever saw Fergus be a real contender for was the Midsummer Classic, and that was all the way back at Eldora. Fergus trying to get his season turned around here, at least get a victory before the season ends, but he's going to have quite a task on his hands here today, starting on the outside of the front row at a track where the inside line is the line that definitely moves. Then lining up in third place, I believe that is Nick Smith. And indeed it is. Nick Smith, who almost ended up picking up his first Truck Series win a couple weeks ago at Lime Rock, but not quite. He's the 18th in the point stand. He's been having a really good season. He's still trying to find victory lane, though. And alongside of him is going to be the 3 of Jessica Villanueva. Jessica still trying to get to victory lane for the first time this season after replacing Michael Norman back at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Don't ask me what accent that was. And then rounding out the top 5 is going to be Henry Sanford, already a former winner this season, won back at Thornton, going to try and go to victory lane for the second time this season. And good news for Henry is we're going to Thornton very, very shortly. As a matter of fact, that's the next race weekend on the schedule after Texas. But anyway, it's time to get these trucks rolling off. As they do, we'll show you starting grid on the top of your screen. Your chasers are highlighted in yellow. And speaking of chasers, these are the point standings coming into today's race. They are so doggone close right now after last week in Indianapolis. LJ Mills is still barely the points leader. Last week's winner, Eric Enrage, though, was able to close up the gap to 1 point. So only 1 point is Eric Enrage behind LJ Mills. Caleb Farrell is now third in the point standings, only 10 points back. Sean Galgan's only 13 points back in fourth, and John Cittadino and Charles Jackson are tied for fifth. They are only a total of 24, but that's not true. It would be 20. Yes, it is. It is 24 points back. I was correct. They're only 24 points behind LJ Mills. Chris Washer's only 26 points back in seventh. And then Dylan Poteet is a total of 33 points back in 8th. Then the rest of these other drivers, right now, they are at least 50 points back. 51 points back is Alex Pedro. 59 points back is Luke Walker. 77 points back is Jessica Shelton. And Carson Gum is way out of it right now. If I were to calculate it real quickly here, it'd be a total of 95 points back that Carson Gum is out of the top position. So those 4 really need a miracle, pretty much a win here today. As the green flag is out, we are underway here at Texas. Matthew Dallio got a good jump, and Bob Fergus may be able to tuck in line just ahead of Nick Smith and will be able to do so. So nice move there by Bob Fergus to be able to hold that inside line and not fall back, losing too many spots, and now Fergus is going to utilize it to his benefit. He's going to go to the inside looking for the lead. Almost 3 wide there as Henry Sanford moves Nick Smith out of the way and moves him to the high side. Jessica Villanueva very wisely backed out of that, and they're still just 2 by 2 as here comes Henry Sanford to the inside. Drafting help from Zach Buchanan. Kyle Matthews back there, Jake Rogers. Now here comes some couple of chasers on the inside line. John Cittadino and Jessica Shelton. They are 5th and 6th on that inside line right now. One driver we really should keep an eye on during the course of this race would be Cody Lamas. We were at Atlanta, which is very similar to Texas, and Cody Lamas won that Truck Series race, so can Cody maybe pick up his second win of the season at a 1.5 mile speedway. Right now, Zach Buchanan, though, going to go to the point. Henry Sanford slipping up, and now the U.S. Army number 39 will go to the lead. Zach Buchanan, 31st in the point standings, been having a rather struggling season and really hasn't been the talk much up at the front. Nice to see him having a good run here early on. Here at Texas, highest running chaser right now is actually taking second place away from Jake Rogers. Those two, remember the race they had, the battle they had back at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, and Jessica Shelton now going to move up into the third position. Mason Wood going to move to fourth, and Chris Dollerton now moves up to fifth. We have gone this now 16 plus races without a young Duncan Motorsports driver going to victory lane. Former Truck Series champion and Chris Dollerton. I believe Dylan Young was a two-time winner last season in trucks. And neither one of them have been to victory lane yet this season. As the battle's on for second between a couple of chasers, John Citadito and Jessica Shelton. This all right now going on behind Zach Buchanan, who's got to be loving this. The more they battle for second place, the more distance he may be able to open up between himself and everybody else. You see right now it's about a steady 5 truck length lead. Now closed up to about 4 as Jessica Shelton got a nice run there off the final corner. And looky there, I told you, Cody Lamas, here he comes. He won at Atlanta. Track that is so similar to Texas. And he's coming up here now. He knows this is his opportunity to get up here, maybe pick up a second win of the season, which actually would tie him with Dylan Pote for the most wins this season. Pote's the only multi-time winner so far in Truck Series. Every other driver has gone to victory lane at least one time, not twice. I just saw like the field kind of broken up a little bit, and leading that second group right there in the middle of it there is the points leader coming into this race, LJ Mills, trying to work his way up here to the front, and now gets moved to the high side there. Zach Hamlin's going to go underneath. There's Sean Galligan not too far back. Eric and Rage actually right there, going to try and pass. This would be a battle not only for position, but a battle for the points lead between the 14 and the 42. And Enrage has the preferred line, that inside line. If he can just get past the 42, you're looking at your new points leader according to our live standings. Almost some rubbing doors there between LJ Mills and Eric Enrage. And, well, he hasn't cleared him yet. Is he going to clear him here out of 4? No, not yet. Still side by side. This is a battle for the points lead. Enrage has to pass LJ Mills and then pass one other driver. Okay, he's now past LJ Mills. They are tied for the points lead. He's got to get by Levi McIntyre. Whoa, John Citadino apparently got kicked to the high side unceremoniously. Look at how he's been caught there almost in a 3-wide situation. And now Eric Enrage has bypassed LJ Mills and other cars. He is now your live point standings leader. How about Caleb Farrell? Had a great run at Indy last week. Well, he's playing it safe apparently. He's all the way back here at the tail end of the field. Right now bypassing Alex Pedro, following in the tire tracks of Drew Austin. Sean Galligan's also way back here, and also back here is our winner from a couple weeks ago. That's James McLeod in the 30, our winner from Lime Rock. This could be strategy though. Nobody has really lost the pack. They're all just running here at the tail end of it. And we have a battle for the lead. Jake Rogers has finally gotten to the 39's back bumper, looking for the top position. Buchanan tried to throw the block, was able to complete the block and hold the lead. Coming there out of turn number 2. Nice job by Zach Buchanan, getting a nice run out of 2 to hold off, at least for now, Jake Rogers. There's Charles Jackson right behind him. Charles Jackson 6th in the point standings, came in 24 points out. He's having a great run right now. And look out. Getting double wide up here, and look at this. Zach Buchanan again gets the runoff of 2. Charles Jackson actually almost got that runoff of 2 as well, but now the entrance into 3 is going to go to the advantage of the inside line. Now Charles Jackson's going to lose second place back to Jake Rogers. Pole sitter Matthew Dalio doing a good job of hanging in here, and we told you that for those other drivers that are way down in points, like Carson Gum, Jessica Shelton, Luke Walker, Alex Pedro, they need to win. Well, I think Carson Gum understands that. Here he is right now up inside the top 10. Looks like he's going to try and be a contender here for this victory trying to go to victory lane for the first time this season as well. And Eric Enrage, as soon as he got by LJ Mills, he's been on a tear. Here he comes now. He was 13th last time by. I wouldn't be surprised this time if he's just outside of the top 10, maybe in 11th place. Waiting for the scoring monitor update. No, he is now inside the top 10. He's in the 10th position. So Enrage is definitely rising to the occasion. Who knows? Maybe he could pick up back-to-back victories, winning last week at Indianapolis. Maybe he can win here today at Texas. Meanwhile, battle on for the lead. Buchanan's been moved out of the way. Jake Rogers has gone to the point. Jackson into second. Polstead or Dalio into third. This race has actually ticked away very quickly. We've gone caution-free so far, but good hard racing from first all the way back to 42nd. We are almost past the halfway point. 2 more laps and we'll have been to the halfway point of this race. And that also puts into question, though, with all these green flag runs that's going on right here, all these green flag laps, will we have to have pit stops under green? If that's the case, that's going to really play into a lot of possible strategy from drivers here. Right now, though, former Truck Series champion Jake Rogers in his final season in the Oreo Truck Series hasn't been to victory lane yet. Charles Jackson right behind him. You know, it's kind of interesting, too. The past couple of weeks, we've actually seen where it almost seems like Jake Rogers, Charles Jackson, John Cedino, they can't stop being around each other. And those three, of course, having that epic three-way battle at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, where, of course, John Cedino was the one that was able to take the checkered flag. But this two-truck tandem, is about to have a third member. Cody Lamas now up here, and he has caught on to the tail draft, the slipstream of Charles Jackson. Now makes it a 3-truck fight. And then you got 3 more trucks running single file behind them. Carson Gum, Matthew Dalio, and Zach Buchanan. They're starting to catch up. Maybe try and make it a 6-truck train. Halfway point has been reached in this race, and so far, no caution. Let's check in the rear of the field, see if any of our chasers are still utilizing the strategy, and still Caleb Farrell is. I don't know what kind of strategy this is on the part of Caleb Farrell, but keep in mind, Caleb Farrell was also a former winner at a 1.5-mile racetrack, and that was at Charlotte earlier on this season. So you're seeing 2 different drivers who have won at 1.5-mile speedways with 2 entirely different types of strategy. Cody Lamas up there at the front right now in 3rd place. Caleb Farrell running all the way back here at the tail end of the field. Whose strategy is going to work out the best, we'll be finding out at the end of this race for certain. Jake Rogers continues to lead, though. Carson Gum makes a peek underneath Cody Lamas. That's for 3rd place. You know, when you look at it, Carson Gum has the most to lose here, but also has everything to gain. If he goes all out and gets the victory, I mean, it could really help him in the point standings. Not saying it's going to keep him it's going to put him back in the mathematical hunt for the championship, but, you know, with the fact that this team came in as a wild card spot team. Oh, pit stops are going to happen. I think Charles Jackson's coming in. He is. Okay, I thought I saw him backing out. Zach Buchanan's coming in, Bob Fergus, Tanner Sullivan, Daniel Voiles, also Chris Dollerton. I saw Levi McIntyre, Kyle Matthews, Dylan Young, Joe Davis. There's Caleb Farrell. He's coming in. Andreas Allen, Mason Wood, Jessica Villanueva, and Matthew Daly are all in this time. Whoa, almost some contact there between Carson Gum and Cody Lamas. And here come the rest of the leaders. Rogers is in, Cody Lamas, Carson Gum, Cody Hagan, Hamlin, Enraged. There's Luke Walker, Matthew Dalio, Justin Talampas, Henry Sanfer, Shelton, Smith, Citadino, Poteet, LJ Mills, PJ Williams, McLeod, Galligan, Roke, Dunham, and Drew Austin. And one driver did stay out. I think that was Trollston. It was indeed John Trollston staying out an extra lap. The only driver to risk it another lap. Now let's see how this is going to help him, because he should be coming down a pretty empty pit road. Oh, a couple other drivers did actually too. Chris Washer, Brandon Crasta, Stephen Paul III, and Alex Pedro all decided to stay out an extra lap. Should be a pretty clean pit road for Trollston and those other 5. Let's see. Right side tires only for the Budweiser Chevrolet Silverado number 29. And it'll be interesting to see where everybody's going to cycle around here, as we're going to have close to 10 laps to go once everything gets cycled around here with these pit stops. Brendan Krasta going for 4 tires. Not Danny Wells, Tron Trolston only going with 2 right sides. So this may gain him some track position here. Watching carefully the 29 machine. He scored in second. That's only because Brandon Krasta's pit stall was all the way down past the start-finish line. So Krasta right now scores the leader, but I think Trolston may get out with the lead. But I'm hearing some other cars coming, some other trucks coming, and they may be able to catch him. At the line, I think Trolston is the leader. He is indeed the leader. Not too far behind those, a big pack of trucks. There's Zach Buchanan, Cody Lamas, Tanner Sullivan, Jake Rogers, Zach Hamlin, and Charles Jackson. They're trying to run him down. Eric and Rage 8th, 9th Daniel Voiles, and Carson Gum completes top 10 right now. Following these drivers trying to run down John Trolston, and they're going to be able to do it. Here they come. Tanner Sullivan, our winner a couple of weeks ago from Homestead Miami Speedway. All of a sudden, he's up here in the mix. The same with Zach Hamlin, a couple of drivers we haven't talked about at all today. Can Tanner Sullivan pick up his second win of the season? And now Zach Hamlin going to go underneath for the lead. Let's find out after this cycle of pit stops, with just a little less than 10 to go, where all our chasers are currently scored. Charles Jackson is right now in 4th. Eric and Rage crossed the stripe, I believe, in 5th. No, he crossed in 6th. Carson Gum is in 11th. Luke Walker is 12th. Dylan Poteet is 15th. There's Caleb Farrell, who was running at the back most of this race. He's now up to 19th. Chris Washer scored in 21st. Jessica Shelton is in 25th. John Cittadino all the way back in 30th place. So the pit stop apparently did not help him at all. Oops. Alex Pedro is 32nd place. And then look at all these stragglers back here. Sean Galligan is right now in 40th. LJ Mills all the way back in 41st. What happened to the 42? Came into this race as the points leader. Something's happened to the 42. Oh, and Bob Jones has no hood. He's 42nd. No front end on the 11. As now new leader, Daniel Voiles in the 24. His teammate right behind him in the 48, Cody Lamas. Now we actually got quite a few teammates up here right now. The 24 and the 48. You also have the 14 of Enrage and his teammate in the 39, Zach Buchanan. So could teammates come into play here? And now the 18 has a teammate up ahead of Bob Jones. Will Bob Jones try and throw a block here and help his teammate get to the lead? He may hold up his teammate. Look out. Whoa, contact! Whoa! Oh my goodness, Daniel Voiles just bounced off the slower machine of Bob Jones into the wall. Somehow was able to save it, and now it's all wadded up here. How did they leaders not all wreck? That was too close for comfort. Voiles, though, going to go around the outside, keep the lead. Don't know if that may have damaged his truck or not. And here comes his teammate Cody Lamas trying to pick up his second win of the season. Jake Rogers going underneath of Charles Jackson. That's for 3rd. Can Cody pick up his second win of the season at a 1.5 mile racetrack? Jake Rogers trying to pick up his first win of the season here in his final season in Truck Series competition. And surprisingly enough, Charles Jackson's also trying to pick up his first win of the season. He's a chaser, but he hasn't been to victory lane yet. Rogers to the point, though. Right now, the happiest man at the moment would be Eric and Rage up here in the 5th position right now, with no other competing chasers right around him, with the possible exception of Charles Jackson. Meanwhile, though, 3 more laps to go. Jake Rogers leads. Here come the teammates out of Stewart Haas Racing. Zach Buchanan being pushed by Eric and Rage. Buchanan got a nice run through 2, which we've seen him get all day long. Here he comes to the inside, looking for the lead. Ooh, almost got into his left rear, did Zach. They keep it together, though. Still to the inside is Zach Buchanan. Look at Eric and Rage. He's just wetting his lips. He's just biding his time. He's waiting for his moment here to maybe jump and pick up his second win in a row. Right now, though, he's up on the high side, kind of almost helping Jake Rogers rather than his teammate. The draft is right now on the high side. Buchanan, though, going to dig down deep into turn number 3. Charles Jackson now offering the drafting help. Here we go. White flag. One more lap to go. Rogers, I think he's cleared Zach Buchanan for the moment, but there's a car up ahead. The guy who came in as the points leader, LJ Mills. Will he play into this race? Zach Buchanan laying back just a little bit there. Don't know if he's going to wait and see if the 42 comes into play or if he's going to try and get a run here. Here they go, into turn 3 for the final time. Up against the 42 of LJ Mills. Zach Buchanan, where's he going to go? He tries the high line as Rogers goes underneath LJ Mills, and Jake Rogers is going to pick up his first win of the season, and he's going to get to victory lane finally here in Season 8, in his final season in the Oreo Truck Series. The Season 2 Truck Series champion finally gets it done. What a sweet victory that's got to be for Jake. Man. Almost was able to get it at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, but was denied. Here today, he was not going to be denied, and Jake Rogers will pick up the first win of the season for that 91 team. What a great victory for him, and what a well-deserved victory. Fought tooth and nail there on that final lap. And he's got to give quite a bit of credit to Eric and Rage there. Eric and Rage kept his truck on the high side, allowing the draft to be up there rather than going with his own teammate, Zach Buchanan. Kind of interesting that happening there. But Jake Rogers, an Oreo Truck Series veteran, in his final season, he'll be retiring at the end of Season 8. He goes to victory lane. What a great win for Jake to finish out what's been pretty much a very dismal Truck Series season. Let's find out where our chasers finished. Charles Jackson was 3rd. Eric and Rage definitely takes over the points lead today with a solid run of 4th place. Looking further down, we got to look a long ways down to find more chasers. 11th place was Luke Walker. Further down, Caleb Farrell, who was running back 40th through 42nd for most of this race. How about a great run for him in 15th place? Jessica Shelton was in 17th. Carson Gum finished in 18th. Chris Washer was in 21st. Dylan Poteet 23rd. We talked a bit about John Cittadino at the beginning of the race, but then he started to fade from view. Finished in 28th today. Alex Pedro was 31st. And then I'm not exactly sure why Sean Galligan lost so much ground, but he was 40th for the finish of today's race. And then also, one lap down was Bob Jones, but just ahead of him, 41st was the points leader coming into this race, LJ Mills. We're going to quickly step aside and look at a replay of what happened to LJ Mills and Bob Jones. Even though we had green flag racing, I mean, there was an incident that did take place, and unfortunately it was Bob Jones that was collected. Bob's been having a couple of really good runs in the past few weeks, but here you're going to see just different drivers with different agendas. You see Chris Washer, Brandon Craster, they decided to stay out. It almost looked like Nick Smith was planning on staying out, but then he quickly changes his plans and decides to pit. Not really sure if Bob Jones was aware the 94 was going to come or not. There you see the 94 goes like really wide there. And they were just all really congested there coming to pit road 2. LJ Mills, that's why he was so far back, as he got run into by Bob Jones. Everybody just trying to slow up there to get to pit road, and you got that second pack, a bit of space between them and the first pack, and the distance closed up so quickly there was just no time for Bob Jones to be able to react. And unfortunately for LJ Mills, the points that are coming into this race, he was the one that was at the tail end of this first pack that was coming to pit road. So that's why LJ Mills was running so far back, had received quite a bit of extensive damage to the rear of his truck, and Bob Jones, his car hit the front of his FedEx Toyota Tundra completely all crunched up. So that's why those two were so far back and why they finished in 41st and 42nd respectively. But this is going to be it for this race. Hope you guys enjoyed. Congratulations to Jake Rogers once again on the victory. If you enjoyed today's race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to go a part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finish results, overall points, standings, rookie points, and your chase points, which are going to definitely be shook up quite a bit after today's race. I believe Eric and Rage will take over the points lead heading into next week at Thornton. We'll see you guys next time here on the SJ Sports Channel, offline racing at its best. Shears just got turned by the lap machine of Charles Sanford, but now he's got left side damage. But he still opens up his distance. He still keeps a distance between himself and second place McCurry. But all that ground he gained, he just lost right there. But what a save!